In this video, I'm going to show you how to create fill patterns on your Cricut. Someone recently sent me a message and asked me about creating a label for a chip bag where they wanted to do a fill pattern. So this is how you would accomplish that. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to do that. So first you want to go into your design space. Once in your design space, we're going to click on upload and then fill patterns. And then we're going to click browse. And then we're going to look for your background patterns or fill pattern that you have on your computer that you actually want to use. I have a dot pattern here that I'm going to locate. I think it's in my desktop. No, it's actually, yeah, it's saved to my desktop. There we go. So I'm going to use that fill pattern that I have, which is of dots. It's a stock image from Adobe. I do have a subscription for Adobe images. So I'm going to use one of those images. So I just click upload and then I'm going to give it a name and then I'm going to click save. Once I click on save, then I'm going to wait a minute and let it load because it's going to take a minute for that pattern to load. Now it's loaded. It says pattern uploaded successfully. Now I'm going to go back to new. So I have my blank canvas here. I'm going to actually take a shape, which is a square shape, but I actually want to make it a rectangle. So first you'll need to actually click on shape, square. And then once you get the square, you're going to actually need to click on the square and unlock the image so that we can make it a rectangle shape. Okay, now in that rectangle shape, you notice it's a dark gray. I want to actually change that. So what I'm going to do now is go up into the section where it says no fill and change it to a print file. Click on the gray, and then I'm going to click on pattern. Okay, it's going to upload all of my patterns, and then you'll see that pattern that we just created. I'm going to click on that dot fill pattern, and it's going to actually fill in my image, the rectangle image that I just created with that pattern. So now let's do it again, but this time let's do it with a circle. So I'm going to click on circle, and then I'm going to take my circle, and then I actually want to put a circle within a circle with the background filling on the back circle. So what I'm going to do here is duplicate my circle first. Okay, take it off to the side. Click on that circle. Click on the no fill, change it to print. All right, and then I'm going to actually click on print. I'm sorry, I've already done that. Okay, then change it to pattern. And then once at pattern, I'm going to click that dot pattern because I want to use that again so that it flows. Okay, so now we fill that with that dot pattern. Now I'm going to take my circle and I actually want to make it small enough to fit inside of the circle, but give it a nice shape. So what I'm going to do is unlock it so I can custom size it to the type of circle I want it to be. All right, great. So now with this, we're going to click back once you get it to the position. And then you're going to actually click back on your circle. Okay, and then you're going to go to that no fill, click print, click on that gray square. Once at that gray square, we're going to click on pattern if you want to fill it with a different pattern. But for this time, we're going to do color. Let's do a white circle. Okay, so now you have your white circle. In your white circle, you can actually type a font. You can do anything here you want to make it decorative. But actually, I want to put my picture in it. So I'm going to go back up to print, and then once I click on print, then I'm going to click that white circle and change it to a pattern. And what I did was just like we uploaded patterns, I loaded my picture into the patterns just like we did in the first step. So now I'm going to click on that picture and it's going to take a minute to load. And then you'll notice that this here gives it like a textile kind of look. I want it to be only one picture in that circle. So I'm going to click back on it. And then once it loads, I'm going to click on the picture and then I want to click on edit pattern. When you click on edit pattern, it gives you a scale option, so you can scale it down where it's going to fill it with a lot of pictures, or you can scale it where it just makes it just one individual picture. And then you want to scale it so that you have the part of the picture you want to be in the center or focused. Okay, so I'm just going to play with that a little bit and get it to where I want it. I don't want to see any other pictures around it, just only one single image. Okay, so I have that there. All right, and so that's how you create a fill pattern. It's that simple, okay? It's that easy. So what I want to show you is I have my chip bag layout. I'm going to actually upload that here, and then we're going to adjust the sizing, okay? So just adjusting the size of your chip bag, okay? So that it will fit on your Cricut, and then you can cut it with the Cricut, and you will have, once you print it, you'll have your image. So I'm going to click on the chip bag layout. You can do the one with the lines or without the lines. Let's do both just so we can play and see how it looks, okay? So here we have the one with the lines, and then you'll see the one right behind it without the lines, okay? That just depends on if you really think you need to see it centered. Well, what happens when you go to click print, you notice it says it needs to be 9.25 by 6.75. So what we're going to do is actually go and edit our image sizes of the chip bag image that we just loaded. We're going to do 9.25 to 6.75. Okay, so now you notice it took that image down, but it says there's still something that's too large. Remember, we didn't change the other chip background, bag background image to that size, okay? So let's change that. And I'm just doing both so that way you can see which one you want. Some people like the lines, that way they can see exact placement, or you can do it without the lines and just kind of look at it and tell exactly where you want your layout to go, okay? All right. So now we're good to go, right? Okay, everything is to the correct size. I do that first. That way I'm not wasting time and going back and editing triple time and double time. And I can just make this one simple swoop, one simple move. So for time's sake, I'm going to just use the one without the lines, okay? And you have to send it to the back. So you right click, send to back, and then all of your other images will come to the front. And then we're going to place it here. And I'm going to move my square. Let me move it over to the corner so I can look at my measurements, okay? And then once I get those measurements, I'm going to get it to where I can see everything perfect, okay? See if it's lined up. Now I'm going to take that rectangle we just created, and I'm going to actually drag it across so it fills the entire page, okay? All right, and then I'm going to take my background square. My background circle, and move it to the right placement. I'm going to play with it for a little while until I get it exactly where I want it to go, okay? And then take that top circle with my picture and put it in the right position. It's as simple as that. That's how you do a pattern fill, so you can get your chip bag images or any type of image for a label. You can do your candy bars this way. You can do any type of image in this way, okay? All right, that's it. If you have any comments, questions, please comment below. Like this video. Thank you.